What is an acting coach and what do they do? I think that is a really fair question that I get quite a bit, especially for people who are interested maybe in having me do on-set coaching or audition prep. So on-set coaching, I can be hired by the actor who want me there to watch the takes, to be able to give notes and feedback and collaborate. I might be hired by the director who wants the coach, much like a DP might take a look at all of that's director of photography, might take a look at all the cameras and the lighting and how the camera's setup goes. An acting coach on set will look at all of the performances. Maybe there's something that I see that somebody else doesn't see, or a way to support the actor, right? Really, my job is always in support of the actor because it's their performance. They're the ones up there, and sometimes people don't have a chance to collaborate with somebody. I give people permission to try the things, to follow their instincts and their hearts, and give them honest feedback when it's like, that didn't work. But at least they took a chance, they risked it. A lot of times, you will see coaches on sets for kids, and now it's become more and more common for adult actors to have a trusted advisor. It's in collaboration with producers, directors, everybody, so that the actor feels comfortable, secure, creative. At our school, at Spicer Sturgis, we offer improv classes, technique classes, and scene study classes. Each one a little different. Technique is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to give you the techniques of acting. We're going to let you get comfortable and begin to feel comfortable in a very uncomfortable world of pretending like you are alone in a crowded space or doing something when nobody's watching. Improv really helps you to listen, to be able to figure out how you can use the techniques of improv in your scene study, how you can be able to think nimbly, quickly, but also listening, not just pushing through an agenda. And scene study is scene work. We're going to teach you how it is when you are on set or on stage. How do you approach the scene? How do you approach the character? How can you make this as believable as possible? I tend to ask lots of questions. I want you to be able to come up with the answers. If I'm just telling you what to do, then that becomes directing, very different than acting coaching. I want you to be able to be in the driver's seat, and I can help and steer. Sometimes you might be somewhere where you can't have access to me, so you might want to look for a coach locally. Some of the things that you might want to look for is make sure that you're comfortable with that person. If you're not comfortable and you don't trust that person, that's just not a good fit for the two of you. You're not going to be able to feel secure enough to be able to perhaps fail or to try something outside the box, or if they give you a suggestion that you're really uncomfortable with, then it's a waste of your time. By the way, I understand that sometimes I will give somebody a suggestion and they don't want to do it. You know what? You're in the driver's seat. You do what makes you comfortable. If you want to study with Spicer Sturgis, we have all kinds of online classes, technique and scene study, and improv on occasion. So we can do that. If there's a time that you want, let us know. I have students from Australia, from the Philippines, from South America, from Europe. So we try to make times that can accommodate everybody. That doesn't always work. So let us know what time might work for you. And audition prep, that's another kind of coaching that we do here at the studio. So that person's gonna really do what it says. I'm gonna help you prepare for your audition. If it's a self-tape, maybe we'll do the self-tape together. We'll review the tape, see which one is best to send that in, or prepare you for an in-person audition. Again, it's all about empowering the actors, maybe having them look at things that they hadn't considered before, challenging them, exciting them. It's all about making you feel confident in what it is that you're doing. So audition prep is the most fun, as is prep work before you take a job. So sometimes I'm not going to be on set. That was a little more difficult during COVID. I did do a lot of set coaching during COVID, but not as much. But what I would do is get together with my actors, and they would, maybe have 3 scripts from their series, and we'd go through all 3 of them. looking at them, asking questions, maybe having ideas for the prop department, for the wardrobe department. So we can do all of that kind of work before you end up on set. So you've got some ideas and you feel confident about what you're going into. Everybody else has a coach. If you play for the NFL, you've got a coach. You've probably got multiple coaches and you're going to listen to them. If you play tennis, if you are a musician, you're going to have an instructor, a teacher. So sometimes great actors are terrible coaches. They know what they're doing for them, but they don't know how to help somebody else. And sometimes great coaches are terrible actors. They really understand how to help somebody else, but that's maybe why they didn't have much of a career. They didn't know how to do it for themselves. So I wouldn't look at anything like that as a reason to not hire a coach. But I think having somebody who's had on-set experience, if you're wanting somebody for an on-set, somebody who's maybe had some of the experiences that you're gonna have they auditioned before? Have they gone to network before? Have they gone through some of these things that you've gone through so they understand what the process is? That's pretty important. For being on set, I think one of the most important things is to have an advocate for yourself on set, somebody who's looking out for you to make sure that you're able to do your magic. Now here at Spicer Sturgis, we focus on film and television. That's where our focus is. We love theater, we work with a lot of theater actors, but there's a difference between auditioning for or working on stage and film and television. Film and television, you don't have to project. You don't have to shout. It's a little more forgiving in those ways. Having somebody who has experience is really useful. When I have students who are auditioning for theater programs, they're going to be working on a classical monologue. They're going to be working on a contemporary monologue. It's a little different than doing sides from a TV show when you're auditioning for that. So it's a little different, but as long as you understand those differences, you'll be fine. I'm not going to do a theater audition right now. It would hurt your ears because I've got a camera and I've got a mic and it's collecting all of that. So follow me for more. Like, subscribe, comment. Keep your questions coming and I will see you next week. All right, ready for me? Okay. That was funny. I wish you could have seen what I just saw. That was not well said. I will go back and say that a little better. Don't you? Did I freeze? Is there something else about that? Follow me for more. Like, subscribe, follow. I already said follow.